Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Meaningful People podcast. So happy that you're here to win $200 by commenting on this video. Please answer this question. Where in the world are you watching this episode from? Comment below on YouTube. We will reply to one of the comments on Thursday, and you will be the winner. This episode is sponsored by Malki and Bezalel Jacobson family. It is dedicated in honor of their dear friend, David Schwartz, who fell in battle in Gaza. May his neshama have an aliyah. Malki and Bezalel, thank you so much. This week I sat down with Andrey Kozlov. Andrey, who you may recognize, was rescued on June 8th from Gaza, a hostage for over 8 months, in a daring mission that rescued him. This is a 2-hour episode detailing his incredible story of survival and his rescue. Thank you, Andrey, for being vulnerable, for opening up and telling us what you've experienced and really what we can learn from it. I want to give a big shout out to my friends at PZ Deals for sponsoring this episode. Of course, head to the App Store and download the PZ Deals app right now. Whether it's something you need, outdoor furniture, or whether it's a trip around the world, PZ Deals has you covered with the latest and greatest deals. You can go ahead and customize your notifications. You want to get notifications about strollers, you want to get notifications about electronics, you can take care of that all right now in the PZ Deals app. A price changes, you'll be the first to know. So go ahead, download the PZ Deals app and never pay full price again. This episode is also sponsored by my friends at Colel Chabad. Giving Tzedaka has never become easier because of Colel Chabad. Head to the App Store right now while you're downloading PZ Deals app, download the Pushka app. Download that Pushka app, and giving Tzedaka just became super simple. We've been giving Tzedaka for ages, since like the beginning of time. It's something that is super valuable to us. And Colel Chabad, an organization that feeds thousands, tens of thousands of needy people in Eretz Yisrael, they have made it so simple. And it is so incredible what they've created. So go ahead, download the Pushka app. That is pushka.cc/meaningful. Give $1, you give $2, you give $3. Fill up that Pushka. It makes that noise. You can even shake it around. It makes that noise. Go ahead, download it now, and you'll thank me later. Enjoy this episode. I mean, everyone who's watching this, I don't know if they know so much about you, but they've definitely davened for you and prayed for you a whole lot. And the last pictures perhaps people have seen is, I believe, you wearing red shorts. What was it? You know, coming out with the IDF in that rescue operation. Before we get to that, if we could just talk about the moments leading up to October 7th, and then obviously you being taken by Hamas. What happened?
What happened October 7th? First of all, I need to mention that I live in Israel a little bit more than 1 year, 13 months. I came in August 2022, like a Lechadash. I started with Taglit, Masa program, for 7 months. And then I started to rent apartments with my friends. So we did it together like 6 months before October 7th. And it's a new country for me, new beginning, new start. And I started to learn Hebrew. I started to understand that I need to build some connections. I need money. I need it's new space. And I'm alone because I came only alone, only one guy from a family.
Yeah.
And I took as much work as I could. So one of them became Nova Festival. I was a security guard without a gun, without weapon, and my task was to figure out who was without tickets and get them out from territory of festival. So I agreed to work with this team because I worked with them already in April and I trusted them. So we came, one guy from the north, he took one guy from Haifa, one guy from Tel Aviv, and he took me from Rishon LeZion, and we came together with one car for a festival, and it was some introductions. We saw what is going on, how it will look. I mean, the territory.
Basics of a job, nothing out of the ordinary. Making sure that people who don't have tickets don't get in.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing special, nothing complicated. Easy. First day was okay. We just worked. The second day became already a disaster. So we came after we spent one night between two these days. We continued to work, and before 6:30 this night, I spent whole night outside of the territory, just on some chair, observing space around, trying to find some guys without tickets. And I was like going back and forth to some place where I had coffee, some snacks, because it was already cold. And in one moment when I was about to come to this place for stuff, everybody saw in the sky rockets from the side of Gaza. And we understood that the festival is over, our job is finished. And of course, I don't know this area. Of course, I know Gush Dan, I'm in the center of Israel, but I don't know, what is the, cities, towns, what direction should I go? I don't know anything.
Right, you had just moved to Israel.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't grow up there.
Yeah. So we started to think, we started to Google, we started to try to understand what's going on. I started to call my driver who brought me to this place. And I maybe we can go. Maybe if it's over, so we can go. And he's like, no, let's wait. Because it's... Can I take this?
Yeah, sure.
It's mine, yeah,
it's Navarka. If you want, we could.
It's joke about my nationality, about my first country.
Yeah.
He told me that it's going to be a traffic jam because everybody, it's around 3,000 or 5,000 people. Of course, majority of them with cars, so all of them will try to get out as soon as possible, and it will be traffic. So he told me let's wait 30 minutes, and we will go after. And I told him, okay, yeah, it sounds logical, because I already been in situation when they launch some rockets from Gaza. It's some sirens. You wait 20, 30 minutes maximum, and that's it. You continue your day. But not in this day. So we spent around maybe 1 hour waiting, and in front of us there was a kvish, the road, the road. The number of this road 232 or 323, I don't remember.
Okay.
And it was stuck. So all this traffic didn't move at all. They didn't move. And already in my mind appeared some thought that probably there is a reason why everybody stuck. They don't move. And in 20 minutes after, we've seen people around maybe 30, 40 people. They are running to our side. And in front of them, there was a guy who was carrying a girl who was already injured. And we got a proof that something really happened there. And of course, we spent there already maybe 1 hour, maybe even a little bit more. And we got some messages from friends that around 50 terrorists, they got inside of Israel. And we already saw some photos. I saw a photo of some pickup truck, and he was full with people in green uniform with Kalashnikov. And of course, you understand that it's not far from you. It's maximum 5 kilometers. And when we understood that this girl is already injured, it's not 5 kilometers. It's maximum 1. If they were able to run,
right,
it's 1 kilometer maximum.
So this is something you understand, you're actually in danger.
Yeah. It's getting closer to you. And we're still not able to get out. No bicycle, no car, baregel, by walk. You're locked, you're trapped already. And in one moment we understood that terrorists already even closer than 1 kilometer from us. Because one guy, maybe he saw, because all of us, we only heard some shooting, some bullets. Maybe one of us, we were maybe 200 people in one place. Maybe he saw one terrorist and he started to run, and everybody of us, we started to follow him. So all of these videos that you saw in internet with a big crowd of people running
in
some
the open
fields,
field, yeah.
Yeah, it's like something similar, but we didn't run through the fields. We were running through some woods, through some forest. And it's a big mess. You're not able to understand what's going on. You're not able to understand which direction you should go, you should run. And everybody like sprinting into the space without any understanding. So I decided to run to just away. I didn't care, like where, just away. I achieved some field, and I was running like through this field.
Were you by yourself? Were you running alone?
No, like a lot of people,
Mhm.
a lot. And in the end of this field, I've seen the road, and on the other side of this road, there was the same similar pickup truck that I've seen like just recently, 40 minutes ago, in internet on some photos, full of terrorists, and they shooting to our side. So it's like 1 second, even less, and already turn around. You need to run away again, away, not to some specific place, just away, just to opposite direction from them. So I started to run, and in some moment I've seen a car, Toyota Corolla, with the with Israeli guys, and I started to scream, to like, wait. Somehow I got to the car. They stopped and then they decided to wait me. Fortunately for me, there were 2 guys and 2 girls, so they had like a free room in the car. So I got inside, and of course the driver, one girl, she decided just to drive away. And you have like roads, so you're not able to, you don't have a lot of options where to go. So she started to drive just away, and in several minutes she decided to stop in some place, almost the same place where we started to run, when one of us heard or maybe saw one of the terrorists. And we came to this place, and we got out from the car, and we understood that we are already surrounded by terrorists. But from the one side you have traffic jam, so you're not able to see what's going on behind. And from another side you have a fence that covered with some polyethylene, so you're not able to see. You have like this part of the space and like behind you, and everywhere shooting, bullets, screaming, and so like finally trapped.
So it's you, two guys, 2 girls.
Yeah,
you know,
not only us,
but there's thousands
like
of people.
maybe 30, 40, but in different locations, but you're able to see them because they always.
Do you want to say who do you know the identities of the people you were with?
Yeah, and there is a story about these people. Well, when I already was rescued, parents of these children like 20, 25 years old, they found me, and they asked me to tell the story what happened.
Did their children survive?
3 of them, no. Yeah. And I was wondering, like, how you know that I was in the same car with your children. So I agreed to meet with them in a hotel where I had a place after I was rescued. And they came. And of course, they showed me some photos of their children, and I remembered them. Yes, it's like exactly these people with whom I was in their car. And I told them what I remember. They told me something about them. They gifted me some photos of them. And in conclusion, I asked them, like, how you know? Like, some DNA test, maybe some videos, because I missed a lot, and I don't know, like, how it works. Maybe my hair, maybe like I was sweat and they like took something from the seat of the car and they're like, Andrey Kozlov was here. But no, one girl from that car, she survived. And but she spent 4 hours in the car. So everybody of us got out, but she didn't. She stayed in the car and she spent there 4 hours. She was surrounded by terrorists and she heard and she was listening how they killed all of her friends. So she spent 4 hours and terrorists finally found her inside of the car. But in 10 minutes, IDF soldiers, some of them, I don't know which exactly unit, they arrived and they rescued her.
Wow. Before they were able to take her.
Yeah. When they rescued her, I was already in Gaza.
So tell me, I guess.
So I saw her on the next day because she didn't come with the parents of her friends. She has a trauma, and she came on next day.
Wow.
And it was like, no way.
You remembered her instantly.
Yeah, of course.
Take me back a little bit to, you four are in the car and you're kind of trapped. And now we know, of course, that, there was 5 people total, including you, in the car,
yeah.
Correct? So 3 out of the 5 didn't survive. What were the moves that were made? It sounds like that one girl, she stayed in the car, but the other 4 of you, where did you guys go?
So I remember 3 of us, we started to hide behind the car, and driver, because she was from another side, from the left, she decided not to go around the car and to hide behind. She decided to go to another car. And sometime, maybe 10-20 minutes, I don't remember exactly how much time we spent there, but around 20 minutes, we were hiding behind the cars. And of course, you need to sit on your knees for 10-20 minutes. And I understood that to get up, to stand up, you need I don't know how to say in English, but you feel pain in your knees when you spend so much time in this position.
Your legs are sleeping a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So I decided to be more mobile and to switch this place to another. So I started to run to famous these iron trash containers, like yellow. So I came there, and fortunately for me, by accident, I already was without sweatshirt. I was only with t-shirt, and it's written on my back, Avtacha, label of security. And when I changed one place to another, I trapped this t-shirt with barbed wire by accident. I even didn't think about it. And when I had a call with my friend in August, 10 months after,
yeah,
he asked me I was sure they have a first priority task to kill policemen,
Right.
security.
They saw you wearing a security shirt.
Yeah,
They wouldn't have taken you.
Yeah. And I was like for 5-10 seconds with open on maximum eyes, like I trapped my t-shirt just before I was kidnapped.
What, did you find something else to put on, or you had nothing else?
No, I was like
Shirtless.
nah.
So you're in this trash can. Anybody else?
Yeah,
Anybody
so
else in there?
I trapped my t-shirt, and even size, how I did it, I could like trap it like 10 centimeters, but it was like totally. So I took it off. And I started to hide behind the containers. There was some episode when one guy, he was with weed, he was with joint. So we are surrounded with terrorists, and this guy with
Are you
weed.
serious?
Absolutely. I was so in shock. It's like the most stressful situation, like extreme. You're surrounded by terrorists.
This is an older man, or
Around our age, like 25 something.
Israeli?
Like that. I don't know. So he was disjoined,
Yeah.
and he was standing. Everybody like terrifying, and like they're shaking. They understand that it can be like the last minutes of their life. But this guy, I don't know what happened with him. Probably, I don't know. He was standing with joint, like, oh, why guys do you worry so much? And we're like, shut up. I pull him down,
Yeah.
like, sit down on the ground. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, okay. So another 20 minutes I spent there. And finally, the first terrorist that I've seen, like, just in front of me, it happened. We had probably one guy with the gun who tried to defend us, or he got shot, or his bullets, he finished his bullets, and the terrorists, they understood that we don't have like any defense. So one of them with green uniform, with big beard, no mustache, with Kalashnikov, with some vest, he started to get closer to us. And I see him like in front of me, like 50 meters, 40, 30, 20. And I'm, for a couple of seconds, I'm freezed, like that, like it will be finished like that. And I didn't send messages to my family, because I know that a lot of parents, they got some messages like, bye, I love you, something bad is gonna happen soon. I didn't send. I was sure that I don't need it. Like, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe in 3 days, I'll come back after all of this disaster. I was late on 8 months, but somehow I made it through.
So this guy got closer to you.
Yeah, so
And
he was getting
saying
closer.
anything?
No, he's shooting.
He's
like,
shooting at you guys.
like to me, like to my side, and he's like, Allahu Akbar. Like for a couple of seconds freezed, and then I turn around. I started to run, and again, like we spent already around 1 hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, trying to run away, trying to hide, trying to do something. You understand that maybe 1, 2, 3 minutes, maybe one bullet he will, that's it. And all of us, in one place there were like maybe 30, 40 people, they started to hide, they started to cover their heads, like it's like instinct. You try to defend yourself, but it, like against bullet, it doesn't help. But anyway, so all of us, all of them, they started to hide, to cry. And I'm running. Like I already 2 hours hear the sounds of bullets, and if it's like 1-2 meters from you, you hear it. It's like
Right.
So only one guy, he started to follow me. So we run in one line, like me, this guy, and terrorist, and I heard bullets. I already visited in January, around maybe 1 month ago, Nova, and I already like understood.
You saw exactly where.
Yeah, I like, here I was in this time, here I was in this time, and I did all of this road that I repeated it. So I was running, and there was a cliff, 200-meter cliff. I don't know how to say, but it's like maybe 9 meters, and it's like sharp.
Yeah.
So if you jump from this cliff, the person can break his legs for sure, at least, or maybe even die. By accident again, it's like 200 meters, and I just started to run, and I achieve one little area of this cliff where you can get down like gradually without jump from 9 meters. By accident, if I ran to another side of this cliff, I would jump and I would break my legs, like, or I would not jump, I don't know, but I got down like gradually. So I fell down from this cliff, like got down, and that guy who started to follow me, he didn't fall. Where is that guy? Maybe he got shot. Maybe he got my bullet instead of me. I don't know. I'm not able to check it. I don't know his name. I don't know.
Right.
Nothing. So I spent 1 minute down this cliff, and what is going on? Like, because you hear people, they're dying, they murder them right now, like 100 meters behind you. All of this is happening right now, and I'm like alone.
Just
sweat, without
hiding,
t-shirt, only pants, boots, shoes, and my phone with 3% of battery. What is going on? So 1 minute there, and I decided to keep going, because recently I told people who were hiding inside of the trash containers that you need to get out from these containers. You're not able to see what's going on around you. And it's the same if you hide, and if somebody finds you, that's it. Like, story is over. And so I kept going. And again, you hear all of these sounds behind you. In 100 meter, I saw one guy with black t-shirt, and he looked like confident. I was sure that it's maybe some policeman with civilian clothes. And he started to call me like, come here, in Hebrew. In that moment, I understood some Hebrew already, because I started to learn Hebrew like 4 months ago. I started to learn Hebrew. And I like Bolipo, and like, okay, so I came to him already like, I need to breathe, I need to recover a little bit. And I'm on my knees trying to breathe. And he's like, oh, like, don't worry, Al Tidag, don't worry. Something like that. I'm sweat, I'm dirty, I'm tired. Wow, like zero energy. And I raise my head like that, and I see some Arab guy in a green uniform again. Same as that guy that I've seen like 20 minutes ago, like 5 minutes ago. But somebody else. Beard, no mustache, some Kalashnikov. He's aiming to that side where I ran from. And in my mind, I just recently understood why I decided that he So I was sure that he was trying to rescue us.
The guy with the black shirt.
Yeah, it's obviously that this guy is terrorist in front of us. So one guy who called me, it was Shlomi, another hostage with whom we were rescued. So we spent all this time together, 8 months. He called me and I raised my head. I see it's obviously a terrorist. But in my mind, he doesn't kill us right now. So what he gonna do? Like, if he doesn't kill us, the second option, he tried to rescue us. And I was sure that if he doesn't kill us, it's a good sign. And he, of course, he doesn't speak English. He no Hebrew. He just showed us something like, "Can you drive a car?" A little bit in aggressive way, but anyway, he doesn't kill us, so maybe there is a chance that he's a good guy.
You're talking about right now the guy in the black shirt that told you to not worry and come over?
No.
You're talking about the guy in the green uniform.
Yeah, he told us he had a car.
Yeah.
Some pickup truck.
He told you to get in.
Yeah, can you drive? And we're like, yeah. So Shlomi became a driver.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat next to Shlomi on the first seat. And good guy on the back, like in the middle. And we started to drive. And for 10 minutes, first 10 minutes of this trip, I was sure that it is a good guy. I was asking him, like, do you have a gun? I will help you. יש לך אקדח, אני אעזור לך. And Shlomi, he's like, a moron, like, an idiot, like, you don't understand who is that guy? I'm like,
but you were just thinking if it was a member of Hamas, he'd probably kill you by now. So you just weren't thinking that it could be that.
Yeah. So
exactly. Where's he asking you to drive? Which direction?
He just ruled us. I mean, he just like left to the right. Roch, like shmal yamin.
And he's speaking Hebrew?
They have similar words in Arabic.
Okay.
So like roch, it's like lech.
Yeah.
Like go. And like this direction. And I can show you actually what I work right now about. It's unfinished. Wow. So I work exactly on this episode that happened with us.
This is a painting.
It will be a big painting.
Wow. I'm going to put this on the screen for everyone to see.
Maybe when I finish, maybe in 1 week,
yeah.
you can like edit this podcast and you can put it. So yeah.
So you're driving with...
Yeah. We 3 of us were driving. And in one moment I understood what's going on. Because we were on some hill and we were able to see all of these fires. They started to burn some cars, something else, and you're able to see like black smoke, like vertical, like just smoke, because it's not windy, so it's like black smoke, like
that.
And like 15 smokes like on the horizon. And I understood that it's like around maybe 9 a.m. So sunrise was like recently, and you were able to see sun. You understand it's Mediterranean Sea from this side, Tel Aviv somewhere there. We already passed some military base where this guy could leave us, and we are going to the side of Gaza. And they're like,
he's taking you guys to Gaza.
Yeah,
that's
like,
when
he doesn't try to rescue us. He's like kidnapping us.
Well, why'd he ask you guys to drive? and him?
To be able to control us.
Because if he was driving, having 2 people against him would be dangerous for him.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe also because of this. I don't know. Like what he was thinking about, I don't know. Of course, he wanted to control us. And if he was a driver, like he's not able to control this guy on the back.
Did Shlomi understand right away what was going on?
Understood.
And you guys couldn't communicate?
He understood. He lives in Israel. He knows.
So at one point, I mean, you cross over into Gaza, it sounds like, and you know, like this isn't going to be good. this is not somewhere we want to be.
Yeah. So we spent another 20 minutes on this road. And we already passed the border. So this big wall, exactly in which place we crossed it, I don't remember. But I remember how much people, I mean, from Gaza, they started to get inside, to get outside from the Gaza. Like hundreds.
People coming into Israel from Gaza.
Yes.
Those are the civilians
that
were coming into Israel.
Yes.
Right.
And all of them, they're like, in same time, happy, angry, savage, and they're like...
Yeah, looking for blood.
Yeah, something like that.
So you were driving into Gaza and they're running out.
Shlomi drove us until we crossed the border. And in one moment when we already see people, that guy from the back, he like, let's switch places, like stop. So Shlomi stopped, they switched the place, and he became a driver. He started, like, I don't know, like, what's going on in Gaza with driver license. Maybe they don't care about it. But he started to drive like crazy. Like, you know, and
yeah.
So we came to the first house.
He brought you straight to a house. Did you guys pass through a city at all?
Yeah, of course. There was like several blocks, like several 100 meters.
People in the streets there?
Yeah, like...
I mean, we see a lot of videos of hostages that were brought into Gaza, and the people in the streets were...
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that, but less people.
Okay.
Less people, and they didn't know what's going on. I mean, they tried to understand. They also in some shock, because...
Yeah. So he brings you to a house.
Yeah, and it's already another chapter.
So I guess let's... I think this is the chapter where you're not running for your life anymore. You understand that you've been taken. You've been kidnapped.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know if you at that point really had much knowledge of... Did you really understand a lot about Hamas and how they operate and how, the history of them taking hostages and how those things play out?
So I knew only the next facts. That in 2005, Ariel Sharon left Gaza and they took all of the Jews from inside.
Yeah. I
saw some videos in May because they launched some rockets to Israel. And one of the rocket in May 2023 fell in Rehovot, and one Israeli guy died because of this. So I saw the video from Gaza, how they celebrated that they killed somebody from Israel. They started to give some tamar, like date fruit. And only this fact that it's locked area on the south of Israel, around 2 million people, and they don't like Israelis. They want to kill them. So only these facts I knew about this place. And I came in Israel, and of course I knew that sometimes some terror attacks happens. And I was wondering how much chances to be a witness or to be a victim of some terror attack. And I got this chance.
in the first year of you being there?
On the second, but anyway.
So he takes you to a house in Gaza. Do you know which house he takes you to?
Which house? One of the house in Gaza. It's just... Okay, so next chapter.
This episode is also sponsored by my friends at Lalechet. I know of a shul over there in the Five Towns that just took 72 of their Mispalim and the Rav to Eretz Yisrael for a beautiful, beautiful trip. Now, who did they use? From A to Z for this trip? Yes, that is right. You guessed it. Lalechet. You may have a dream of going with a family on a beautiful trip to see your family's heritage, or maybe, I don't know, anywhere in the world. Lalechet takes care of that from A to Z. The travel, the food, where you're going to go, where you're going to stay, who's going to give you a tour. You can literally reach out to Lalechet and say, hey, we have this idea of, I don't know, going to Morocco. My grandparents are from Morocco. I want to go visit. And they'll say, okay, we could take care of everything. Besides for that, they have trips set up that you can join. They have trips with Rabbi Glatstein. They have trips with Rabbi Besser. There are so many opportunities for you to tap into the heritage of the Jewish people through Lalechet. And you can also create your own trips. So head to Lalechet's website. That is lalechet.com. Lalechet.com. It's a beautiful website. It's very easy to use. You could build your own trip and go on one of their upcoming trips. It all starts at lalechet.com. We'll be right back to this episode. A quick word from my friends at Infinity Land Services, because when you need title done, you don't want to be scrambling around trying to figure out why the guy that you hired is not there, or why the deal might fall through because title wasn't taken care of properly. No more stories, no more excuses. You call Infinity Land Services. Yes, it could be you're buying $100 million in real estate, or $1 million, or $500,000, whatever it is. You want to make sure title is taken care of. And there's only one place to go. That is ilstitle.com, ilstitle.com. So you're buying your first home, your third home, your fifth home, whatever it is. You make sure you tell your agent, you tell your broker, hey, when it comes to title, I got it covered. Heard about these people, Infinity Land Services. And that's who I'm going to use. My friends Mark Hershkowitz and his team are the number one place when it comes to title. No excuses, no stories, no novels, just title done right. That is ilstitle.com.
We came to a house, and we understood that we're in Gaza. Like, we don't believe it because it's shock, but we understand it. So we came with the car, and that guy who brought us, he disappeared. We didn't see him anymore. And other guys, they took us to some building. They escorted us to a second floor. They tied up our hands behind the back. And we are on the ceramic floor with like...
And it's just you and Shlomi?
Yeah, like two of us. And I started to tell him, like, I don't speak Hebrew, I'm Russian. Like, I'm Russian. Я говорю по-русски. Я говорю по-русски. I don't speak Hebrew, I speak only English and Russian. Like, I'm almost screaming, like, what's going on? And they're like,
Hey, yeah.
Okay, I understood. I need to shut up. 1 hour like that. They took us again to the first floor. They took off our shoes. They checked our pockets. Some car. We're already inside. We're already going through this street to some another place. 2 Arabs on the first seats. 1 Arab from the left on the back seat with the gun. Shlomi from the right side. I'm on the middle. And I'm asking him, like, you going to kill us? He's like, shut up. Okay, shut up. I got it. Another house. They took us again. Again, they tied up us. We are on the floor. And we are surrounded by some five people. They don't speak English. They don't speak Hebrew, of course. They don't speak Russian, only Arabic. And they're like, of course, they discuss what they did they succeed in their plans. And we like try to need to wait. In this situation, you just can wait. And they started to laugh, but I started to explain them, like, I'm Russian, like, guys, what are you doing? Like, you try to understand something. And they're like, shut up, shut up, shut up. And I understood that two options. They could kill us in Israel, but they brought us to Gaza. Why? To film a video how they kill us in Gaza? Like,
Yeah, propaganda. Or
we are kidnapped. Just two options.
Yeah.
50-50.
Were you speaking to Shlomi at all during this?
No, nothing.
Not a word. But you're able to see that these people that are holding you were kind of celebrating what they've achieved.
Kinda. And two options. And I understood maybe the last minutes I'll spend on this planet, in this world. And I started to curse them in Russian. I can demonstrate.
It's okay.
It's okay.
you got angry.
I started to curse them.
You got angry and you got.
Yeah, it's like adrenaline. You're full of it. You're full of energy.
Yeah.
Like you want to do something.
You thought your life was going to be over any second.
Yeah, anyway, it's going to be over, so I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I started to curse them, and they started to put in date fruits in my mouth. Like, shut up, another one. And I started to eat it, to spill the seeds, like, and they started to curse them again, like. And finally, they understood that I don't want to stop talk with them, and they like with the gun to my head, like, shut up. Now you get it? Like, now I got it. So this is like the first floor. Ceramic, some bathroom, so you smell it. You're not able to do anything. And in 1 hour, they brought Almog. They did the same with him. So since this moment, we are together.
You three.
Yeah. They brought us to second floor. We are tied up behind the back. And we're already blindfolded. And in front of us, because I started to move my eyes to remove some fabric. So like if you have one layer of fabric, you're able to see what's going on. And I started to move my eyes, to move it a little bit. And I was able to see what's going on. Like you can, like something like that. And they started to eat in front of us. So what is why? Like you start to think about what's going on. They can kill us right now to record the video. They can do whatever they want. But they start to eat. It's a good sign for you that okay, let's wait. One guy, after they finished their meal, he came and he took a piece of fabric and he started to ask us, like, are we from Israeli army? Do we have some chip inside of our skin? And they're like, no, like, what? Chip? No, GPS chip. They're like, no GPS chip. And he's like, you. Tomorrow, like, watch tomorrow. I will film you and I'll kill you. Tomorrow. So you need to wait. Not now, tomorrow. And that night, I didn't sleep. Like, I was waiting for the last moment of my life. Of course, we're like that, hands like that, and it's already darkness.
How do these hours, I mean, we're talking 10, 12 hours. How does that feel?
Time is subjective. Like, it's like infinity. You live in the infinity. You're in shock, like, permanently. I don't know how to describe it.
There's no concept of time. There's no...
Yeah.
Did it feel like a long time from the night to the morning?
Yeah.
It did.
It was a long time.
But
when it finished, it's like... I don't know how to explain it.
There was no conversation at all between Shlomi and Almog and you? Nothing. Just quiet.
Nothing. We just understood. Like, maybe story is over. So next morning, they took a piece of fabric and we started to communicate with them. Something like in an aggressive way, of course. And in some moment, while we're talking, we started to understand, maybe it was like maybe second day already, maybe it was third day, already a little bit confused. In first 5 days, I'm a little bit confused because I remember everything what was after, but these moments, the most stressful, I'm a little bit confused. So on around maybe second, third day, we started to talk, and probably on second day, they started to ask us some questions. What is your names? And they started to like, I was always asking them like, do you want to kill us? Like you told us like yesterday, you want to kill us. They're like, no, la. Nachnu salam. Nachnu salam. Anachnu shalom. But in Arabic. Like, are you sure you just promised to kill me? Like, are you sure now you talk that we're in peace? They're like, yeah, don't worry. We won't exchange. Palestinian prisoners go to West Bank and Gaza, you go home. Don't worry. And I was like, when? You want to do something? Like, when? And they're like, we don't know. 2 weeks, 1 month, 1 year, we don't know. But you will be alive, don't worry.
Were you the only one talking to them? Were you the only one talking to these terrorists?
Kinda. Shlomi and Almog also, but none of us talk with them a lot. Like, somebody asked this question, somebody like...
You're still in the same house.
Yeah, still in the same house, on the second one. And one Arab, he came to me during this conversation that showed me that he is gonna kill me tomorrow. And he's like, I love you. I was like, what?
This is the psychological warfare that they talk about, huh?
Probably. So on second and third day, we understood that it's already 2 days past. They don't kill us. Maybe there is a chance that they are like liars and they will kill us in a week, but it doesn't seem that they want to kill us. They want to exchange, and it sounds logical, so we started to be like, okay, we're alive and we have chance. It's already good. If you're hostage, you're already not murdered. You have this chance to get back home in a month, in 2, in a year, but you have it. They started to feed us. We had some falafel. They brought us to first floor, and they brought another 4th hostage, Alex Labanov, one of the 6 who was murdered in the end of August. So we were 4 of us. And then to talk about like 8 months, like it's long story. 8 months, it's long story. So you can ask some questions, or like I already know how to tell this story because I told this story like hundreds of times. I can like tell the short version. Yeah. 8 months, 8 different houses, say different places, and different guards. In one place you have 5, in another place you have 2, in one place you have 1 condition, in other place you have different conditions, different food, different situation with toilet. In one place you have to ask about permission to go to bathroom. In one place you have a basket in corner. So it's different. And in one place you have enough of food. So first months we didn't care about the food because they told us like we have enough. and we saw that they bring tray, like a big plate tray. You have pita, you have ful, you have labane, you have this, you have some vegetables, you have tea, you have cookies, and it's like a breakfast, it's enough. And for dinner, something like rice, or maybe some even chicken. We ate some fish in the beginning. First months, like we didn't care and we were not worried about the food. But since the middle of November until middle of December, we didn't have scale, but we lost around 7 or 9 kilos. I don't know how much.
And what is that in pounds?
In pounds?
7-9 kilos.
Yeah, we need to Google it. I think it's around 4 pounds.
That's like 15 pounds. 7 kilos, like 15 pounds.
So X2. Yeah, it's around, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
15,
So you guys obviously weren't eating a lot.
Yeah, we had November and December we were like...
Hunger?
Yeah.
All four
we had this fear that one day it will be not food at all. Like we will not have it at all. Once a day we had a meal. Maybe dinner, but not every day. And some rice. So in situation, yes, you don't move. Yes, you don't do sport. Yes, you don't do a lot of things that you got used to. But you stress, you're nervous, and you think. 20 hours a day, you just think. And you spend much more calories than before. So stressful, really stressful.
Did you guys have any access to any media or any news, radio to hear what was going on? I mean, at that point, there were 1,200-1,300 people who were killed in Israel.
Yeah.
But you guys don't really understand that.
It was also some different stages. First months until 5th of November, we spent in good place with the family on the second floor, and
so they put you with a family in Gaza.
Not with in this building, in the same building. They live on the second floor upstairs, or maybe on the third floor, and we live on the first.
Do you know if they knew you were there? Do you know if that family knew that you guys were there?
Yeah, they brought us food. So children, they brought us food, and the father.
These are what the world calls civilians in Gaza, and they're keeping hostages in their house. Yeah.
So we spent there 1 month, a little bit less. And since 5th of November, we already had, it was bad. It was really bad.
If you're hurt or find yourself in an accident, which, let's be real, it happens more than we like it, you need the right lawyer on your side. That's when you call the Rothenberg Law Firm. For over 55 years, they've been a cornerstone in our community, helping people just like you. They've won and collected billions of dollars for their clients. And the best part, if they don't win, you don't pay. When you choose Rothenberg, you're not just getting a lawyer, you're getting a trusted friend who treats you like family. They understand that a personal injury can turn your life upside down. So they go well beyond just legal representation. They will make sure your medical bills are paid by the appropriate parties and that your family is taken care of during this rough time. Everybody knows Rothenberg, so you know they're the name you can trust. So if you ever find yourself needing legal help, remember to head to injurylawyer.com or call them 1-800-624-8888 for a free case evaluation. Make sure to keep the Rothenberg Law Firm on speed dial because not every injury lawyer has the resources to stand up to the big corporations and insurance companies. They've been fighting the good fight for over 5 decades, and they are not slowing down. I hope you never need them, but if you do, the Rothenberg family is there for you. This episode is also sponsored by my friends at Town Appliance. Yes, because you may need new appliances now. Your appliances are talking to each other like, guys, this is the end. What are we doing? We're not working that well anymore. Why hasn't he replaced us? or your empty new houses be like, yo, can't wait to get some appliances up in here, you know? This is going to be fun. Regardless of what your appliances are saying or not saying, which you should really call someone if they are, head to townappliance.com. Ever since 1979, they have been the #1 appliance store for the Jewish community. You can even send them a message on WhatsApp and get in touch with one of their top-level customer service salespeople. Go ahead. Town Appliance is the place for you.
Just, take the media. Did you guys?
Yeah, media. So I started to tell you about media. This month, on the first week, we had TV. We were watching some TV, and they told us that Hamas, Al-Qassam, we killed 1,200 people in Israel. And we're like, how much hostages? How much? They started to call us prisoners. Not hostages, prisoners.
And the crime?
Yes.
The crime that you committed was being in Israel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, somebody told us that 300, somebody told us 100, somebody told us 500 hostages, 500 prisoners. And they're like, whoa, I just came here, whoa, what the hell? So approximately in 2 weeks, they told us 250 we have. And they're like, okay, so we, 4 of us, we are one of, we have,
yeah.
Okay, let's wait. Let's just wait. So 2 months, media. Then they started to tell us what's going on. We started to hear war outside. Missiles, rockets, some shooting in a couple of weeks.
So you know that the IDF is kind of close?
Kinda. In several kilometers, in a couple of miles.
Did that give you guys any hope that, listen, maybe we'll get rescued? Or
no, you understand that the terrorist in this corner, who is your guard, has a gun, rubber stick, and knife. And you understand what will happen if they will be in danger.
Did they tell you that?
They told us in a couple of months. Of course, we knew, but they told us in a couple of months, guys, if you think, if you hope that you will get out from here alive if somebody come to rescue you, no, we will kill you. You again, you swallow all of this, no. But you don't need to show them emotions. You don't want them to be satisfied that you are destroyed mentally. About media, only from them.
You only heard what they told you.
The first 3 months information that we got it from them. After, since January, we were already in the place where we were rescued from. So they brought us to the last place. And terrorists from this place, they started to invite us to watch movies, some Hadashot, news. And we started to watch Al Jazeera. So every Saturday, demonstrations in Tel Aviv, some news between Saturdays. And we knew that Qatar, they joined negotiation. Egypt joined negotiations. Blinken came to Israel. Blinken came back to America. Blinken came again. Some news we knew. We asked them, and we were able to see part of the picture from the side of Al Jazeera and what they know about this. But the whole picture, of course, we didn't know. And the side of Israel, we also didn't know. So something, the main information we knew about it. But not a lot.
This last place that they brought you to,
Middle of December.
middle of December.
Yeah. So
What was it?
6,
Yeah.
7 places before first 2 months, and the last place, number 8, since middle of December.
And you guys, I mean, you're just when you get to the new place, are you guys in a frail state where you had just gone through no food?
So until middle of December, situation with food was really bad. And when they brought us to the last place, we started to understand that they have food. We started to eat.
What was this place? Was it someone's house also? Was there people living there?
It's also an interesting place. There was a house. I don't know how much floors. We're on the 2nd floor. And it seems to me that all apartment is its whole 2nd floor. So 1 apartment, 1 floor. 1 apartment, next floor.
So it's a nicer building.
Huh?
It's like a more upper class building.
I don't know.
Right.
Maybe. For them, maybe it's, I don't know. First floor, like under construction. Like concrete, sand, I don't know. But big apartment, and 1 part is for family who hosted us. The second half of the apartment for us.
So you're living with a family?
We didn't see them, but we live with the family. We didn't see them.
Kids?
Kids.
How old?
Little one.
You heard them?
Yeah.
You think they knew that they had Israeli hostages living in their house?
I don't know. They say I don't know. I'm not able to say. I don't know the truth.
Yeah.
Did they know or not? But I remember how they... So 1 half of apartment for family, 1 apartment for us. One half of this apartment. And even our half of apartment is also splitted between us, big room for hostages, for 3 of us. Like long room, and 1 little for terrorists, for guards.
Alex was not with you at this point?
So Alex, they took him in the end of November.
Do you know why? Why'd they choose him?
They told us, and they told to Alex that he go home. Because it was that week, like a first deal, when around 100 hostages were released.
Yeah.
So they told us,
Alex is going home.
Yeah, tomorrow. And of course, we're in the same time happy that
he's going, but
he's going, but you're also sad because you are still here. And we were like, wow, no way. One of the terrorists, when they took him, he came to me and he's like, you next, you tomorrow, you go home. They're like, no way, I go home.
These are mind games. I like playing mind games with you guys.
But they were sure that he's go home. Because they shaved his beard, they cutted his hair, they gave him a clean clothes, and they were sure that he's go home. It was not a mind game. Maybe they had this information that these guys will be released soon. I don't know. I'm not able to check it.
Yeah.
And we
so it's just
alone.
you 3.
Like
you 3 in this. Is Almo, Shlomi, you, Andrey.
Yeah.
Bombings outside getting closer. Do you guys hear the war more intensely?
So, we started to hear bombs like since the first week, and every day, several at least. Not even several, maybe a lot. Far, close. In the end of October, I heard for the whole night 486. For one single night, 486 bombs.
That's a year. This is a year after. You said October. This is a year after you were taken. No, you're saying that right after you were taken?
In 3 weeks.
3 weeks
after.
after.
3 weeks after October 7, on that place where we had food, I heard 486 for one single night. I didn't sleep. I started to count them instead of sheep. Like one sheep, you try to sleep. 2 sheep, 3 sheep.
Doesn't sound like you got a lot of sleep at all anywhere, which I'm not shocked by. But how did you keep your sanity throughout these 8 months that you're in Gaza? How did you stay?
When you don't have choice, when you don't have any opportunity to do something, to fix something, to improve your conditions, you just understand that if you nervous, you lose energy and you lose your resilience.
Yeah. And you're gonna need
you
it
lose control even about yourself, even about what's going on inside of you. So of course I felt like horrible, terrible, horrifying. But anyway, if you wake up, it's good.
Was there any point during...
You still have this chance
to
survive and to come back home.
Was there any point or throughout this process that you began to talk to God even? Just to,
I started to talk to God in January when we got used to the bombs, when we accepted this fact that we are here, maybe for 1 year, maybe even longer. And it's a process, because in first weeks you don't believe it. Then you started to understand, but to accept this fact that you already locked, trapped in January. I understood it in January, in December, something like that. So in 2-3 months after. And I started to... I never was a religious person, but I started to talk to him. Like, first of all, I started to talk to him that I'm grateful that I woke up. I started to talk that, please, like, God, like, keep my family healthy, alive, and all of them in Russia, because I came alone in Israel. All of them in Russia, but who knows? After all of this news about October 7, I have grandmothers. They are old. And you don't know, maybe some heart attack. You think about it. It's not the same if you have relatives in Israel. It's even far. So they sent his son to Israel, and something like that happened.
Yeah.
Already in 1 year. So you think about it every day. And I started to ask him, like, keep my family healthy, because I gonna come back. All will be good. And I started just to... It's some kind of prayer, meditation, something between. When you ask about resilience, about patience, about you need to keep your mind clean and to be able to work, to not to get crazy. So you ask about it. I repeated the words in Russian: живой, здоровый и невредимый. That means alive, healthy, and unharmed. Like 3 words that I repeated every day, like couple hundreds of times a day. Живой, здоровый и невредимый. And it's like a manifest.
Yeah.
You ask, you are sure, you have to believe in this, what you say. And if you feel it, then you have this resilience. You need to convince yourself what you talk to you,
Yeah.
We'll be right back to this episode in just a second. A quick word from my friends at Project Inspire. Yes, I will be there on March 8th, which is a Motzei Shabbos. They have a beautiful Shabbos planned. So if you want to be there March 7th through 9th right now, this is where you need to go. You're going to head to projectinspire.com/convention. They have the greatest lineup. Charlie Harari, Rav Gav, Harry Rothenberg, Rav Uri Deutsch, Rabbi Beryl Azhar from Moscow, plus many others, Rabbi Hanan Gordon, Rabbi Yitzhak Feldheim. It's going to be an incredible Shabbos. I was there last year. I will be there this year again. So go ahead to projectinspired.com/convention and get a room while they still last. I know they're almost sold out, but get a room while you still can. It is a beautiful evening. If you're not there Shabbos, I hope to see you watching online on Motzei Shabbos. And speaking about places to go, I'm so happy that this year, once again, God willing, Be'ezus Hashem, I will be spending Pesach with Bordeaux in Connecticut. It was an incredible year last year, joined by Rabbi Daniel Kalish, Rabbi Ruvain Epstein, Rabbi Jonathan Rietti, Shimi Adar. It's a great time. It's a great time. It is one big family. So tight-knit. We had incredible panels, incredible discussions. From A to Z, Bordeaux has you covered as a beautiful, beautiful Pesach. So if you're looking for a local option, Bordeaux is for you. Or even if you're not looking for a local option, if you're looking for a place to go Pesach, Bordeaux is for you. Bordeaux is an awesome place for Pesach. I'm happy to be spending Pesach there once again with my family, and I hope to see you there. So hit the link in the show notes below, message them, see what it takes for you to get a room there, and I cannot wait to spend Yom Tov with you.
Take me through that day where you're about to be rescued. Is there anything that's unusual that's leading up to that moment? Many of us have seen the video of the rescue, but just take me through those moments of that daring rescue.
One interesting detail, and I'll tell you about June 8th. In November, we had chess, and we were able to play chess like for 1 week, and then they took it back. And we created chess from list of carton. So 8 squares, 64, and the little like part of carton, it's like figures.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to say in English, but you understand.
Yeah.
So you can move them on this piece of carton. So it's like handmade chess. And we like gave up. It's not comfortable to play like that. And Almog, he added another 16 squares. So it became 80, and it became our calendar. So if I didn't lose my memory, he created this. He made it in January. No, in March.
Mm-hmm.
He created this in March. And the last day of this calendar was somewhere in the middle of June. And we started to mark like days. He put some numbers of dates, and we like cross. If you like cross, -1, -1, like in jail, you know, -1. And we started to pray that, please guys, like, please, we want to go home. Let's pray that we will be home until this calendar will be finished. And of course, you like -1 day, -1 week, -months, already May. And you don't expect anything because you are sure. In June, I was sure that I will be released at least in November, already February.
And it's so many months past that, and you're still there.
Yeah. I was sure another 6 months for sure. And I'm still like praying. Okay, I already understood that probably for sure 100% we will need another calendar. But on June 8th, all of this craziness happened.
So what happened from the eyes of you, of Andrey?
Again, like on October 7, no choice. During the 8 months, no choice. And June 8, no choice. You're not able to say them, oh, wait, I don't need, thank you so much. Yeah. I stay here. It already happened. It's already going on in front of you soldiers that just killed recently, a couple of seconds ago, all of the terrorists. And
This happening within seconds.
In a second.
Meaning like, you heard what do you hear? What are you doing? The moment that led up to the noises.
So
you
daily
started hearing?
routine looked like 11 a.m. breakfast. Something between breakfast and dinner. It's like cards, some talking, something you need to keep your mind working, some games that we created by ourselves, and around 5 p.m. dinner. So that happened before our last breakfast. We were expecting breakfast, our food, as it was like all the days before. And I was reading a book about Marco Polo, because one of them, couple of months before, they brought us some 3-4 books, like 25 pages, like really old ones. And I was reading this book, and guys, they were reading something else. Expecting the food. Some grenades, some bullets. You start to think what is going on. Again, not a lot of options.
It's freezing.
IDF, maybe, because terrorists, they didn't tell us that in October there was one girl soldier who was rescued.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't tell us about it.
Right.
In February, before us, there were 2 hostages. They were rescued. I know them personally. They didn't tell us about it, but they told us about that bad accident in November when
The IDF
by accident killed hostages. With they were like naked with white flag on the stick, but they killed them because they were sure that they're terrorists, something like that. But about this, they told us. So you don't think that somebody is gonna rescue you. It's one option. Maybe it's some civilians, they wanna kill Hamas. Maybe there is a chance. Maybe it's Fatah, maybe Jihad Islam, maybe something else, and they fight between each other.
But you think there's no way this is the IDF coming to get you?
There is a chance, but
given what you know.
yeah, like you don't see them.
Yeah.
And in one moment, like in 15 seconds after they started, terrorists are dead in front of you, people in uniform. And especially for me, I don't know, it's so nice detail that they prepared a guy from Tzahal who is Russian speaker.
I didn't know that. They had someone there who spoke Russian.
One guy, he's like Andrey, like names. We're like Almog, Andrey, Shlomi. They're like, Andrey. And that guy in Russian, he started to explain me what should I do.
Wow.
And then,
so they knew exactly that they weren't just coming to get hostages. They knew that they were coming to get you.
It's a. I'm not.
Well,
I'm not able to talk about it, but yeah, they know a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, how? I don't have any idea.
There was a video, I think it was with Almog, but like where the soldiers come in and they're asking for their names. And then one of the soldiers like puts out his fist.
Yeah, to Almog.
And he fist bumped him.
I noticed that maybe in several weeks because my friend, he saw this video also several times and he's like, you did fist bump? And I started like, oh my God, did I do fist bump or not? I don't remember. Probably, yeah. I think that all of us, we did a fist bump, but on the video, there is only moment with Almog.
That's like I think for everyone watching that, it was like, this is the most chaotic situation. This is a rescue operation. So much can go wrong. But these soldiers seemed like they were trying to instill within you guys some security.
I'll explain you. They need to set up a contact. They need to set up a trust between us and between them. So they told us, Tzahal, al tidagu, like don't worry. We're gonna rescue Ayom Be'eref Habayta. That means
we're gonna bring you home.
Yeah, this evening you're already home. This guy in Russian, he told me, like, you go with me. My name is Tata. 2 meters behind me, 2 meters in front of me, maximum. I say you what to do, you do. you got it, and like, let's go. So this is like a introduction,
Which happened over like 7 seconds, probably. Very quick.
Less like got it. Let's go.
Did you see those the terrorists who were watching you? Did you see them when you were walking out? They were killed.
They were sleeping.
Meaning when they came in to rescue, the terrorists were sleeping. You said it was like 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Snooze, you lose.
Every day like that.
What?
Every day like that.
Really?
They fell asleep late. They woke up also late.
Was there? I mean, like there was no even thought of your mind that you could just walk out the front door if they're sleeping, right? You weren't gonna.
It's
do
possible.
That.
You can do it every day.
It was possible.
Yeah, you can. In our mind, we were thinking about it seriously in the beginning.
Yeah.
To kill them with something heavy.
While
to
they're
throw
sleeping.
Something. Yeah, we had some batteries, like heavy one, to throw this like to their head. But anyway, you are in Gaza. Like, what next? And we started to create plans. We started to think about it, and we created the same plan that hostages they by accident got killed.
Yeah.
They had the same plan, to be naked, to have some white flag, and on the border like, hey, the hostages don't shoot. The same plan. And they told us about it, and we're like, whew.
Well, they told you about it, yeah.
Even if you pass couple of miles to the border, you can get shot by IDF by accident. So on every stage, like 3 stages, to get out from this building, to get out from Gaza, and to pass the border, 3 stages. You can get shot like that.
Right.
Chances?
So it wasn't
almost
a risk.
No chances.
Wasn't a risk you're willing to take. So they tell you the instructions, and now it's time for you to exit this house and start running through these streets. You're in Gaza. I'm sure there's militants that are nearby that are getting wind of this happening, and they're going to try to fight against the IDF. So what happened in those moments that you were leaving the building?
Again, it's a secret information, but
you can't say too much. Okay.
Yeah, of course. They want to keep some secrets.
Whatever you could say.
Yeah, I can say that we get out from building. Of course, you can see this on some videos.
Yeah.
There were like some vehicles. How much it took? Around 1 hour.
To get to where?
To get to... Maybe it's also secret information.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
However long
we
it
changed
took you.
Several vehicles, and finally a helicopter. They informed us, they always checked us, do we need something? Because we need sugar. So they gave us some Coca-Cola. Somebody even gave us some cigarettes. So in one hand we had a Coke, in other hand like a cigarette, and you're like, in tank.
Only Israel. Only Israel. So this is... So the moment you get to the helicopter...
Yeah, they informed us like 1 minute until next stage, 2 minutes, don't worry, until next stage, 3 minutes until helicopter.
What's your I guess nervous state at that point? Meaning, are you able to process that, oh my gosh, this is coming to an end, we might live, we might get home, I might go see my family, or are you just so scared of what could possibly go wrong?
So they had a habit. First of all, Al Jazeera, they public some videos how Hamas kill soldiers of IDF with RPG. I mean tanks, RPG, some bombs, some automatical rifles, whatever. And they had a habit to show this, like, look what we do with your soldiers. And we're like, okay. And in that moment, you understand that somebody with camera, with RPG, can be in 20 meters from your vehicle and can shoot you. And this video, everybody will see. So your brain works almost like on October 7. You think about everything that you want to get home, about these videos, about what happened on these 8 months, about what is in front of you, because we saw Arnon Zmora like in front of us. We saw all of these soldiers. We saw wow. I was confused. Guys, honestly, they were more confident.
Almogen Shlomi?
Yeah. They were more confident than me. I was thinking about everything that can happen. And I understood that we go home, but we're still in Gaza. Something bad can happen, but probably chances are little. And I felt safe only when I saw they have some cameras in tanks and they're able to see what's going on around. And I saw on the screen some soldiers without helmets. So if soldiers without helmets, it's safety place.
Right.
So then I started to breathe. I understood that, like, wow.
Like this might be over.
Yeah.
When you get to the helicopter.
And then I started to breathe like already like on 100% when you see Gaza from backside of helicopter like getting far and far and far. You're like, no way.
Did you speak to your parents at all while you were on that helicopter?
From helicopter, no.
And who was on the helicopter? Was Noah on the helicopter also?
No, we were separated.
Separated.
Yeah, 2 different helicopters, 1 operation, 2 different teams. I started to laugh. I started to cry in the same moment. I mixed this like 5 seconds of laughing, 5 seconds of crying. No way. It's crazy. And they like started to, during the whole operation, they shake our shoulders like, "All be good, don't worry.
Wow.
You'll be home." And and they're happy that they do this. And you like, you feel their confidence because they are prepared. You are not.
Yeah. I mean, these people, they risk their lives to come save you.
Yeah. It's crazy. Afterwards, somebody like just came to me on the streets like, "You're a hero, you know this?" Some messages on Instagram, "You're a hero, you know this?" And I don't feel that I'm a hero. I didn't have choice. You can be a hero if you have choice. And you do this by your choice. This is the heroism.
The soldiers were the heroes, you're saying?
Absolutely.
I am back here with Shmuel Sackett from thedreamraffle.com, where you can win $1 million this year, brand new apartment in the heart of Yerushalayim. And Shmuel, something very interesting. I went onto the website, thedreamraffle.com, and I was able to see the people who won the previous year's raffles, and they were able to choose a cash prize or the apartment. What did last year's winner do?
Last year's winner took the apartment. He's living there as we speak. I literally walked into the apartment with him a few months ago, gave him the keys. Amazing guy from Beitar Elite, originally American guy from Baltimore, made Aliyah from Baltimore, and was living in Beitar Elite, and now he's living in a beautiful apartment in Yerushalayim. He is loving it. He's a bus driver. He drives the Kiryat Arba Chevron Yerushalayim bus, which is not, that place rocks and rolls, if you know what I mean by rocks. But he's an amazing guy. He's living in the apartment, living the dream, because he bought a ticket in the Dream Raffle.
So all our listeners need to know, you head to thedreamraffle.com right now. Use promo code MPP. Get $10 off right now at thedreamraffle.com. People in Baltimore, you too could win, because you got last year, someone originally from Baltimore won a raffle. Maybe this year another one, who knows? But you got to be in it to win it.
Right, but I'm happy that you mentioned previous winners, because people ask, how do we know it's real? Well, first of all, this is our 7th year. Anybody who knows me, I'm a serious guy. I would never do anything like this. That's not 100% above board. but we have the pictures of the previous winners. We have videos with them.
I see their names. You got Avram Israel, Uri Kari, David Kriti. Like, these people are real people.
Real people. As a matter of fact, what was it? 2 or 3 years ago, guy from West Orange, New Jersey, won the apartment. He particularly decided on taking the cash option, which is fine. But yeah, real people, just like all the wonderful people listening and watching to this episode. And the most important thing, again, while it's wonderful, the chance of winning an apartment is fantastic. The money goes to amazing things. This year, the focus is on Toshavei Hatzafon, residents of Israel's northern border. They're going through an absolute incredible challenge, and therefore we are there to help them with jobs, with finances, with helping their yeshivot, whatever they can, helping farmers on the northern border. We're there with funds from the Dream Raffle.
So you heard it here, guys. Head to thedreamraffle.com right now and get your tickets.
So I think I saw a picture of you guys in the helicopter standing, and like there's a door that's sort of like open while you're flying, and you're just
it's a side of helicopter.
You're just looking out there, and you guys are in disbelief what just happened within minutes, and you're going home.
Yeah.
So tell me, I guess, when you land back in Israel, that first conversation with your parents.
So flight took around 20 minutes. And of course, it's like euphoria. This is the first seconds of euphoria. You still don't understand what's going on, but in the same moment, you understand it and you don't understand. And you see beach. I mean,
the beach.
And Almok, he's like, there is Ashdod, there is Ashkelon, there is Rishon LeZion, and they're like, yeah, I stop here, I need to go home.
That's when you're flying over Rishon LeZion, that's where you live.
Yeah. Before all of this, I lived in Rishon LeZion. Yeah. And I expected during this 8 months that I'll be home like a little bit differently. So I was sure I will be released, and I will spend several hours in hospital. They will try to do some checkups, and they will like, okay, you can go home. I was thinking like that.
Yeah.
So I will go home after 4 hours in hospital to my house. Of course, I was thinking that my mom will be like, I was like, maybe she's in Israel. You don't know anything. Maybe she's in Israel. Maybe she's in Russia. You don't know.
Right.
So you don't know what
there's so much
expect.
You have to catch up on, yeah.
So it happened differently. We came to hospital in Tel Aviv, in Tel HaShomer, and we are get outside from helicopter, and you feel sun, you feel fresh air, you see people like with flags, with screaming, shouting, and you're like, what is going on?
like you're like, is this for us?
Yeah, this is for us. Like, probably, yeah, for us. So we passed to some car, got inside, and everybody like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And like, yeah, I'm okay. We're okay. You see people outside, they're like, wow. And I'm still in shock. We got to the hospital, we came inside. And of course, they started to like, are you okay? Everybody like around you. And yeah, I'm okay. They invited to some room. There were like some nurses. They started like to observe my body, like, are you injured? Are you some kind of damaged? Like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Do you want to see your brother, your girlfriend, and your friend? And they're like, yeah, they're already here? Yeah, they're already here. Of course I want to see them. So in 20 seconds in front of me, these three incredible person, Jennifer, Dima, and Alex, and they're like, they look different because 8 months, you see the difference. When you don't see a person for a long time, you see like...
You also look different, I'm sure.
Yeah. I look different. I was almost bald. I came to Gaza like with hair like that, and I came back bald. And I started to talk with them like, what's going on? And they're like, we have so much to tell you. Like 3 minutes we spent together, and somebody came and like, do you want to see your parents? They're like, they're also here? They're like, no. 2 days ago, so my mom, when it happened, in a couple of weeks, she moved to Israel. Came to Israel. She started to live in my apartment, in my room, in Rishon LeZion, in apartment where I used to live, and I disappeared. So all of this atmosphere, like I don't know what she felt, and all this time she spent in Israel. Of course, she flew to some countries to talk with some diplomats, in Russia as well, to Austria, to Italy, to some countries. But before 2 days, I was rescued. She also left from Israel to Russia for some documents, to talk with somebody in Kremlin, something like that. So I had the opportunity only to talk with them by the phone. And of course, you're like, yes, give it to me. Yeah, give it to me. And the first words that I told her, like, Mom, I survived twice. I didn't send you any messages because I was sure that I'll come back. And she's like, yeah, I knew that. Euphoria. You just feel, oh my God, like, now you can be relaxed. After all of this, you can be relaxed. And they came on next day. So next morning, they already arrived to Israel. That night, I didn't sleep. I was talking with Jennifer about, she told me what happened. I told her like some details about my story. And they arrived, and I was thinking like, what to say? Like, hi?
To your parents.
To hug? To cry? But I don't feel, your body acts weird. In one moment you can cry, in one moment you're confident, you're like, okay, but in 1 second you cry like a baby. And I'm like, how I will act when I see them? Of course, to say like, I love you, I miss you, of course, but how it will be, you think about it. So when I saw them, I fell on my knees, I was smashed, I was destroyed. Like emotionally, mentally, I was destroyed, like nothing. I was like, no way, I love you so much. Finally, I see you, and I see you that, Mom, you're so beautiful, you look good. Because they already know what happened. Like, you are strong. I see your strength. Like, I see that you spend this months, all this time, with confidence, with you were sure that I'll come back. So you didn't lose your faith. Faith, yeah?
Yeah.
And you see them and you're happy that all good. Incredible. Euphoria.
That's amazing. You know, there's a lot of hostages that have come out, and there are still hostages there that, you know, we see them coming out and they look like Holocaust survivors, right? Most
Some
recently,
of them,
Ohad and others. Some hostages, as you know, Alex Lubinov, who they told he was coming home, who didn't come home, who ended up.
We didn't know, did he get home or not?
Is that something that, like, when you came out after a certain point, did you say, hey, where's Alex?
Maybe in a couple of days I remembered to ask, because first 2 days you like,
Yeah.
all around you don't understand what's going on, and you try to talk with this person, they explain you which situation you have, a lot of, and then we ask like, where is Alex?
And they told you
he's there. And like, wow, because we had doubts, like, did he go home? Some of them I mean, guards, terrorists, they told us, yeah, he's home. Some of them, no, he's not home. He's in Rafah. And we're like,
Do you know where you were in Gaza? Are you allowed to say?
we could imagine, because we came in one place, and Shlomi, he told us which place we crossed. I don't know where is the Gaza. Like, I don't know
Right.
any city in this place. I don't know anything about this place. And I started to learn about history of Israel and history of Gaza from Gaza.
Yeah. From inside.
Yeah. And I understood that we somewhere in the middle, Gaza City, they called it. It was Nuseirat. It's like a camp, some area, we didn't know. Some central part of Gaza, somewhere. It's not so matter for us. Like,
so when you see these hostages that are coming out, now, and obviously they're there for a way longer extended period of time than you were there for, looking the way they're looking, is there a part of you that feels like it could have been so much worse for me?
Yeah. First of all, we were probably in the same conditions of our body in November and December, and I understand what they feel. I mean, partly, of course, I don't imagine, because they spent 16 months. I spent 8 months.
It's 500 days now, yeah.
It's much more than me. So they felt much more emotions, and what they think, how strong they are mentally, I don't know. I heard something that one of them was sure that he will never get out from there. And already, like, far from that experience. Of course, I remember everything, but you're not able to feel the same emotions because it's already in the past.
Yeah.
You remember them, you remember everything, but to feel to some, of course, compassion I feel. Of course, I remember, but to feel it here, to remember this feeling from your heart, you can't do this.
Yeah. I had the opportunity to interview Orly Gilboa, Daniela's mother, while Daniela was still not home. Rachel Goldberg Poland, Hirsch's mother, and before and after, they found out his fate, and also Elchanan Danino, Ori's father. So obviously with Orly, there's an ending where Daniela came home and is extremely happy. But for Rachel Goldberg Poland and for Elchanan Danino, it's devastation. It's devastation. It's heartbreak. If they were listening to this episode of your survival, of your rescue, what would you want them to hear from you as someone who now is home?
There is still a light. And it's the most important thing, to find a light. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm not able to understand what they feel and what they felt all of this time. And maybe I'm not that person because I got luck. But anyway, there is always a light and hope for a better future.
And a question that I want to ask you about you, you mentioned that you thought that you're going to come out and you're going to spend 4 hours in the hospital and go home. Is that what happened? I imagine that's not what happened.
No. I spent 3 days in hospital and 3 months in hotel.
The hotel was...
Yeah, I got apartment like from government, almost for free.
Yeah.
So they took care about me a lot.
The mental health end of this, meaning that
twice a week, if you ask about it, twice a week I had sessions with psychologists, with psychiatrists. Now less. I don't feel that I need it, but I always, anytime, can call and to talk with her.
Now I want to talk about what you're here for really in New York is this exhibit. You're painting and making pieces of art based on your experiences there. What you just showed me before is the moment that you told us in your story where you and Shlomi Shlomi was driving, you were in the front seat and the terrorist in the back seat, and that piece, that looks stunning. Tell me a little bit about your background with that and what you're hoping to accomplish.
So I was around art all my life, and about some events, about marketing, about art. This is what I had interested in. And the most of the time in my childhood, I was drawing with just a pencil, with color pencils, just a paper, pencil, and eraser. That's it. I have something in St. Petersburg, but the first painting with oil I did around 6 years ago with my friend from St. Petersburg. She invited me to her studio, and I started to paint with oil. This one I gifted to my father. There is just a bottle of wine, glass, some cheese and grapes on this painting, and I gifted to my father because he's a big fan of wine. And in Gaza, also in January, I asked them, in January we got used. Yeah, all of these bombs, it's already not so interesting. You even don't blink, and you need to do something. So I asked them about papers and pencil. Wow, it's like a gift for me. I was able to do something. Like cards, already we are so tired of them. Talking about something, about movies, about football, about food, about these events, about our lives, what happened before Gaza. So we already talk about everything, and I got a paper and pencil. They're like, wow, but not a lot. So you need to be like
conservative with it, yeah.
Yeah. And I started to draw. I had like whole album, little one, around maybe 16 pages, and they gave me like extra 10, 15 lists of paper. And all of them I finished until like June 8th. Unfortunately, I didn't take it because it's like, wait, I need to take something. It's impossible.
There's no luggage.
Yeah. But wow, if I could, wow. So I started to create my own worlds and to put them on paper. For example, I started to draw some woman, some beautiful woman, because we didn't see any woman in Gaza.
Right.
And I started to draw a woman. Then I understood that she is like a little bit big. I mean, I started to add some different characters. They are much smaller, and she became like a alien killer in another planet. And I started to draw like walls and like cities and some trees. So it became like a whole world from another planet with different, like, it's not even human beings.
Yeah.
I started to paint like Don Corleone from my memory, how the guy, he's sitting with the smoking and with cigars, with whiskey, and like, what is the name of this villain from Pirates of Caribbean Sea, Davy Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of different paintings, and I had a series of paintings, of drawings, like emotions that I got in Gaza. And I started to draw a guy who is standing on his knees with hands like that,
yeah,
in front of the bright source of light, and it's like a symbol of freedom.
It's
that
beautiful.
He finally got it. And it's also some kind of, I predicted that guy was bald.
Yeah.
And when I draw this picture, I was not bald, so I came almost bald.
Yeah.
And so I was drawing like a lot since January until June. And afterwards, I spent 3 months with my family. Then I understood that it's a time to be finally free and alone, because you already so much time surrounded by somebody else and like some interviews, some meetings, and I was so tired, so I decided to go to fly to America for 1 month. It was second time. First time we came with my girlfriend in August for a couple of weeks to New York, not officially, just for vacation. And second time in September. I started with Washington. There was this incredible meeting with Trump.
Is that where he called you good looking, yeah?
Yeah, twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
You know what they say, if he says it once, he doesn't mean it. He says it twice, he really, that's...
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. President. And I started to travel. I started to tell about my experience for FIDF, for Jerusalem Post Conference, on IEC, in some communities, in New Jersey also, in LA, in some schools. Maybe not a lot, but like enough, I think. And then I came to LA. There is an artist. His name is Tomer Peretz. Maybe you know him. He's from Israel. He was born around 40 years ago, 43. I don't know his age, but he was born in East Jerusalem. He served in army in Givati, and then he moved to LA and he became an artist. So he's in States already for 20 years, something like that. And he came to Israel a couple of days before October 7. He did like a boys trip with his sons. And then he started to volunteer in Zaka, picking up bodies. And he had crazy experience for around like a week, picking up the bodies from the south, from the district. So my friend from Masa program, she reached out to Tomer on October 7, on October 8, that they are not able to find their friend, me. And if he finds me, like just they ask him to tell them that, yes, I found him. So fortunately for me, he didn't find me. And in August, when I was in New York, I met a guy, and he's like, do you know who is the Tomer Peretz? I'm like, no. So he showed me his Instagram, and he did a lot of art about hostages, like public arts, like public subjects. And I just texted to him like, wow, Tomer, you're a great guy, you do a great job. And of course he knows what happened in June, he knows me. And he's like, whoa, I got message from Andrew, like crazy. So come to LA. And then like, no, maybe later. And finally I came in October, and he has a studio, and he's like, you want to paint? And I'm like, yeah, I want to paint. So I started to paint with acrylic, not with oil. He asked like, do you have some ideas? I'm like, yeah, I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot. And this journey started with Tomer in October in LA.
Wow.
And then after I started to paint in New York, also in Detroit, in Israel, and I was thinking about like, so for what I do all of this. And for this trip, when I came in September, first time I spent here like 3 months, I met so much people from different sphere, from different businesses, and some of them from art sphere, and they like, we have to do exhibit. You have something to show to people. And they're like, yeah, maybe, yeah. So I was thinking about where to organize that, maybe in Israel, maybe in New York. I was thinking about, first of all, in Israel, because all of this story happened there.
Yeah.
But then when I met one guy, he's from our business, he has a gallery He's like for your future, it's better to organize it in New York, and it's not a good idea to organize exhibit when hostages still in Gaza. Like you're not able to celebrate something until they are still there. And they're like, yeah, you're totally right about it. I want to bring it. I want to organize this exhibit in April here, and then to bring it to Israel like quietly, without any celebration, just to bring attention to this problem, because it's already 1.5 years almost. And people, they need to talk about it.
What is it when you say that?
About hostages, about this huge
You're
problem.
saying all over the world.
Yes.
You know, here in America, and it happens all over the world, but I don't know if you'd ever believe it when you were there as a hostage, but there's terrible people in the world, and they took to the streets of New York, where you are right now. They take to the streets in LA, and they protest against Israel, and they have no concern for hostages. As someone who survived the atrocities, someone who went through that, who was kidnapped for 8 months, what would you want those people to hear from you?
I would like to say that, first of all, the most important thing in this world is humanity. My grandfather was Jewish, but for all my life, I was wondering why Jewish people, they suffered during whole history. What is the reason? I came in Israel. I was in Yad Vashem twice. And wow, it's a serious subject. It's a serious subject to talk about. First of all, I want to remind about humanity. Secondly, wow, I need to think about it. It's important message.
The people who have been praying for you, tens of thousands of people, maybe hundreds, in Israel, religious, not religious, for you to come home. You probably never will get the opportunity to meet all those people, but through this show, you may be able to talk to those people. What would you want to say to them?
First of all, that I didn't expect. I didn't know that it will be so global story, that everybody in the world will know about it, about Israelis hostages, which I was. First of all, I didn't know and I didn't expect. Secondly, I endlessly appreciate, because we still don't know how this world works and which rules this world has. Maybe these prayers of all of these people somehow rescued me on some level, you know?
Yeah.
But still, why me?
Is that a question?
Why not Hirsch? Why not Labanov? Why not 1,200 people on October 7th? And I always, why not Arnon Zmora? This, like, to this person I will feel so unique feelings, and I still don't know how it works. Why me? So I'm not able to pay back for all of these prayers. I'm not able to pay back to Arnon. But for me, the most important thing that I feel and I appreciate it. Honestly, I don't have a lot of people in my Instagram. It's like 5,000 followers. Like, I didn't care about it. And I don't care about it. But like, I get after some interviews, a lot of messages. Like during some time, like somebody just like finds me in Instagram and like, oh, I prayed for you. I had your picture in Pesach, in some holidays. And they're like, wow. With some of them I already met in Israel, in America. And they're like, wow, like you really cared about it. And some of them, they ask about like take a photo. And I always like, yeah, of course, if you are happy to take photo with me, like, why not? I have this energy, like, you prayed for me. Of course, I am able to talk to you. I want to talk to you. I want to know, like, why, like. And for the last couple of months, I kind of disappeared from Instagram, and they're like, whoa, it's too much. But anyway, when I see somebody, like, for example, 1 month ago in Israel, when I just came from America, there was a girl. She saw me and she started to cry, and they're like, oh my God, I already know what's going on. Like, I know what to say. And I feel it. And she's like, oh my God, I was... you like...
Well, you're part of the family, so...
Yeah, I got this... the greatest gift, the second birthday, and big family around.
Yeah. Well, Andrey, thank you so much for joining us and telling us your story. It's our hope that there's going to be no more hostages left there in Gaza. They're all going to be home soon.
Hopefully, yes. I hope that everybody who's still alive will be home, and all of them.
Yeah. God willing.
Until the last one.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, friends, for watching this episode. Make sure to comment below where you're watching this episode from to be entered to win $200 cash. Okay, listen, this was an amazing episode with Andrey Kozlov. Give a big thank you to him for opening up. The world has been going through some crazy stuff lately. The news over the weekend in Eretz Yisrael is almost too much to handle. We must stay strong. We must keep davening. No tefillah goes unanswered. That is something that we need to hold on to through all of this pain. Every single day. This is what we do. We're Jews in Galus, and we hold on to prayer. We hold on to Kadosh Baruch Hu. I want to mention, if you do not yet have the Meaningful People game, go to meaningfulminute.org/thegame and purchase the game today. They are flying. A few hundred have already sold. You want to get your hands on it. Go to meaningfulminute.org/thegame and get yourself one today. Okay, guys? I really appreciate you watching. Really appreciate all of you that signed up on the Meaningful Minute Plus group this week. A lot more content coming your way. So thank you for engaging. Thank you for being here. And we'll speak to you soon.